You're probably getting poorer every single day, and you don't even know it's happening. I've spent decades watching people make the same quiet mistake over and over. It's not dramatic. It doesn't feel like a crisis. But by the time they notice, years have passed. I'll explain exactly what I mean in a moment. Here's what I've noticed. Most people think poverty is about not having money. But that's not quite right. I've seen plenty of people with good incomes who are still poor, and I've seen people with modest salaries who are genuinely wealthy. The difference isn't what they earn. It's something else entirely, something invisible. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let me tell you what I mean. I learned this lesson early in my life. I was maybe 10 years old, and I bought a six-pack of Cokes for 25 cents. I sold each bottle for a nickel, made a nickel in profit. Simple. But here's what I realized. That nickel could buy me another Coke, or I could use it to buy more six-packs. The money could either disappear into something I consumed, or it could multiply into something that kept working for me. Most people never make that distinction. They see money as something that comes in and goes out. Paycheck arrives, bills get paid, groceries get bought, maybe there's a little left over for coffee or streaming services. Rinse and repeat. But here's the part most people miss. Every dollar you spend is a dollar that will never work for you again. It's gone. Permanently. You're not just spending money, you're spending your future. Let me show you how this plays out. Imagine you spend $5 every workday on coffee. Doesn't feel like much, right? But that's $25 a week. About $1,300 a year. Now, most people stop there. They say, okay, I spend $1,300 on coffee. That's the cost. But that's not the real cost. If you invested that $1,300 every year instead, at a modest 10% return, in 30 years, you'd have over $200,000. You didn't just spend $1,300 a year. You spent $200,000. You traded it for temporary comfort, and this applies to everything. The car lease, the bigger apartment, the phone upgrade, the subscriptions you forgot you had. Every single dollar you let slip through your fingers is a dollar that could have multiplied for decades. This is the part that keeps people poor, not because they don't earn enough, but because they don't understand what money actually is. Here's the reframe I want you to consider. Money isn't just currency. It's stored time. It's stored energy. It's freedom in concentrated form. When you spend a dollar, you're not spending paper. You're spending hours of your life that you traded for that paper. And you're spending all the future hours that dollar could have bought you. I've always thought about money this way. Every dollar I keep working for me is a little employee. It goes out into the world and brings back more dollars. Those dollars become employees too. The more employees you have, the less you have to work. But most people fire their employees the moment they get paid. They cash out and consume. And then they wonder why they're still working at 65. The system isn't designed to teach you this. In fact, it's designed to do the opposite. Advertisements, easy credit, lifestyle inflation, it all pushes you to spend now and worry later. But I'm telling you, if you can resist that pull even just a little, your life changes completely. So here's what I do, and here's what I'd suggest you consider. First, treat every purchase as a trade. Before you buy something, ask yourself, am I trading this money for something that will make my life genuinely better? Or am I just making a feeling go away? Most purchases are emotional. You're bored, you're stressed, you want to feel like you're treating yourself. That's fine, but be honest about it. Don't pretend it's a need. Second, automate your saving. I've always believed the best way to save is to never see the money in the first place. Set up automatic transfers the day your paycheck hits. 10%, 20%, whatever you can manage. Pay yourself first. Everything else is negotiable. Third, live below your means, but don't make yourself miserable. I still live in the house I bought in 1958. I drive a modest car. I don't need much. But I'm not telling you to deprive yourself. I'm telling you to be intentional. If something brings you real joy, buy it. But if it's just filling space or keeping up with someone else, skip it. Fourth, think in decades, not days. The choices you make today won't feel significant tomorrow, but in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, they compound into completely different lives. I've seen people retire at 50 because they made small, boring decisions in their 20s. And I've seen people work until they die because they never learned to delay gratification. The difference wasn't luck, it was patience. Look, I'm not here to tell you how to live. You'll make your own choices, and that's how it should be. But I've spent my entire life studying this. And the pattern is always the same. The people who get wealthy aren't the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who keep the most. And then let it grow. If that makes sense to you, maybe you'll find the next thing I talk about useful too. I'll be here.